Hello, good evening. Okay, P. So I don't know if anybody will have seen my notification for this or if anybody's here even, but I thought I will just come on very quickly to wish everybody and anybody a Happy New Year before the festivities start, because we're having a family night watching films and doing silly things, and then watching the fireworks on the telly at midnight. So that's our evening. We've just been out shopping and bought a few essentials, shall we say. So i.e. alcohol and a bit more food. So Porky has come up with a few a couple of suggestions for entertainment this evening, so watch this space. I'm not going to ruin the surprise for anybody, but the likelihood is he's going to video it. So we'll see what happens. I'm being a bit sneaky. Hi Brian, lang may your lumreek for later. And the answer, as Roberta said, I wheel folks coal. Are you out tonight yourself? Yeah, so I'm being a bit sneaky because hope you, Porky, and Minnie, you have a lovely and happy. Oh, thank you, and the same to you, love. Are you down in Southern S, or are you at home? We used to go to Southern S every year for New Year. It was a riot in the Paul Jones. Hi, Janet. Happy New Year for later, love. Like I said, this is just going to be very, very quick because I think 8 o'clock we're going to start watching films and what have you. But I thought I'll just nip on, see how everybody's doing, because I know some people are at home on their own. You know, I was last year when I came live, and it was quite good fun. But unfortunately, Uncle P won't be joining us this time. So I think you all heard she had a bereavement. Her sister Pat died the other day, so she won't be joining us. But it's that first pie made, second in the oven. No, you're staying in. Oh, what's in your pies, Brian? I'm doing us Cooper just had to make his presence known. I'm doing us a hot pot, but I'm actually doing it sneaky this year. I'm doing it in the slow cooker. So I don't know if you can hear this noise. That's the air fryer going. So I've had the hot pot going in the slow cooker all day, and I'm making the potatoes for the top of it, but I'm doing them in the air fryer because this was a tip that I got off Tinternet. So I thought, let's see how this one works out. But we do have a lot of fallback food if things go a little bit Pete-tong. So hi Lisa, Happy New Year for later, love. Oh, no problem, Janet. I'm just glad I've managed to catch people. Because I know last year, obviously, I was still living alone, and Porky was over here with his daughter. So they had New Year at here, and I had New Year at my old house. So, and I was actually surprised how many people came on. I don't know if you were you with us last year? Janet, for that one? I don't think you were, Brian, were you? No, Lisa was at some point, but it was a bit raucous, and we had Nuff came on. She was trying to come up on panel, but she was pissed as a rat, and I think she was staying out at Goose Now somewhere in her van, and she was losing signal, and then she's trying to get on, then she thought, fuck it, and she so it was really funny. And yeah, a lot of people popped on, who don't normally catch my live. Shirl, AK came up, Carrie, Lani, Helen Happy Thoughts. So I'm hoping they're all good because I've not seen them around for a bit. JC, I think JC popped on for a while as well. So a lot of people that aren't on anymore, or aren't on very much anymore. So, Janet, it was funny. We had Uncle P, my friend Pauline. She was up, and just give me 1 second. This dog, get from behind there. Come on, in. He's in the conservatory mooching about because it's raining. It's quite noisy on the conservatory roof, so I don't want him setting off barking. Yeah, she came up. She's really good at accents, Janet. So she came up, and people in chat were just going, do a South African, do a Welsh, do a Manchester, do Newcastle. So they were throwing stuff at her, and she was up on panel just flying off with these accents. It was really fun. It was great fun, actually. But because she's from London, every other word, not that everybody from London says it, but you know what it is, there's a certain C word that people in London use a lot. Well, it was every other word. So, and because I hadn't made it, because I was quite new to streaming, I hadn't put any age restriction on it, so I had to take it down. So you're alone tonight. Your daughter was supposed to be here, but can't get back from Greece till mid-January. Oh no, Lisa. Oh, I am sorry. Oh, the thing is, though, there's a lot of people not going out, and a lot of people don't feel like it either, do they? Does anyone know what happened to Genetics Live the other day? It got taken down and her channel has gone. Oh, I didn't know she'd come back to do a live, Janet. Because from the last I heard was that she'd closed her channel. She took all her content down because she was so hacked off with everything that was happening, and she closed her channel down. And then she went as a guest on Whiskey Tourette's channel, but only as, she didn't have any content on her channel. It was just her account. And that's the last time that I've seen JC around anywhere. So I'm gutted that I missed her. Hi, Leah. Oh God, I just sent the same to Roberta in a text message, and she came back and put, "I we other folks coal." So yeah, for the English people who don't speak Scottish slang, "Long may your lumbery" basically means "long may your chimney smoke." Basically, be warm. It's like a good luck wish, a good luck wish. But yeah, what have we got? Yeah, caught it accidentally. Went to make coffee and it had gone. Oh no, flipping heck! Bedtime clown. Hey, hey. Oh, listen, lots of love to you and your lovely lady. I hope that you're both okay. I mean, we're at 20 to 7 in the PM now, so we're going to hit midnight before you guys do. But yeah, all the best. Oh, and there she is. Hello, sweetheart. Don't forget, I need to get your address to send you this this little gift after New Year. And bedtime, I know that once you see what it is, you're never going to speak to me ever again. It's been a nice friendship, lovely knowing you, but yeah, I'm going to try and make your good lady happy with a gift. to be a friend to the evil chicken. Don't mind being alone, but I was so disappointed, so I'm just going to chill for the night with a bottle of Prosecco. And why not, Lisa? There's going to be enough people doing that anyway, isn't there? You're doing good, just got in. And so you were like, yeah, well, do you know what? It was I think it was about 6:05. And I thought, I've got another hour at least yet before, we're going to settle down to do things. Give me 1 second because the dog's barking. Stop. Come here. So I thought, do you know what? I've just got an hour to kill. I'll come online and say hello to everybody and hopefully catch someone. Yeah, it is a wabbit. We think it's I think it's possessed. Do you know what, Voodoo? Seriously, I think that belongs in Ed and Lorraine Warren's, the museum they've got with all the haunted artifacts. No, bedtime. It needs this friend. I sent the photo to her and I went, we've got this. She was like, I love him. And then Porky went, right, wrap it up, send it. But we didn't want it to get lost in the post over Christmas because there's a lot of people haven't received gifts or even cards yet from here. The strike's going on and all sorts. So once New Year's out of the way, we'll send it over to you. And as I said, sorry. Your daughter's having a Chinese, then a party. Oh, and you're having an early night. Yeah, well, I think we're going to watch, because the Porklet hasn't seen it, Pearl Harbor. So because it's such a long film, that'll take us from 8 o'clock up to midnight, and then we can watch the fireworks on the telly and so on. The spirits will vacate due to over occupancy here. Oh, so it looks like everybody on here is staying in, doesn't it? Hang on. Stop. Right, I'm going to come in here with him in the lounge because he's just been a bit of a knob. Stop. Lie down. Shona says Happy New Year to Shona too. What's a party? Hang on. What's party Susie? Or am I being thick? I don't know what a party Susie is. Hi, Lady Witch. Happy New Year for you. As and when. It's not hit us yet either, but you know, fuddy-duddies. I think most people just can't be bothered. We went out on Christmas Eve and I was surprised at how quiet it was. And most people that I've spoken to are either they can't be bothered going out or they can't afford it. You know, they're trying to watch the money because, over here we've got this fuel crisis going on. So a lot of people don't want to be throwing money down the sink because if you go out, we're not so bad because Porky and I, when we went out on Christmas Eve, I drove, I didn't drink. So it wasn't that expensive for us. But if we'd both gone out and literally decided to get on it, we wouldn't come home with any change out of £100. So, and that's £100 for a couple that people can't do without, isn't it? A plastic dish with segments and you fill it with nibbles, hot dog, sausage, beetroot. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know what that was. That's me being a bit thick, isn't it? Sheila, hello. Hello, kissing everyone. Wishing you all the best for New Year. I'm not having the best of times. Mum's been poorly the last few weeks, waiting for it. Oh no. Oh, Sheila, love, I'm so sorry. Oh God, I hope she's all right. Keep us posted, love, will you? Oh. It's just, it's the worst of times. So give your mum our love as well, will you, Sheila? Let's just have a look here. Going to pile on makeup, jewellery, new sequin jacket, take pics, and put on my jammies. I don't blame you, Voodoo. Lady Witch is staying in. Got the non-alcoholic champagne and ordering dinner in. Not going anywhere. Sheila, not wanting to spoil the festivities though. Make sure you all have fun and enjoy the night. Sheila, you know what? You're never ever going to spoil any festivities. We're all your friends here, so I'm not on for that long anyway. I've just got an hour or thereabouts, and then I'm going to have to tootle off myself because we have an evening planned. But we're all here. Blue Rose, hi sweetie. It's me girl across the wall. Happy New Year to you, subs and mods. Oh, I hope you're doing all right as well, Blue Rose. Yeah, Leah's saying get well soon, Sheila's mum. Oh, Brian, homemade soup, cheese, onion, tatty, and cheese pie. Steak pie. Oh, nice. Don't feel Voodoo. We all know you have sequin jammies. Oh, there you go, Sheila. Love and light to you. And I'm going to highlight that one actually from Voodoo. Yeah, you're never going to put a downer on it, and there's no point being down and sad on your own when everybody's here. And the thing is, and Lady Witch, there you go, sending prayers for your mum. The thing is, I can see Voodoo Queen in. You're just going to look glamorous no matter what you've got on, aren't you? She's one of these people, you throw a bin bag on her and she's still looking perfect. A bitch. The people we all hate, we go, look at that cow. She always looks really good. There was a girl I used to stable with when I lived in Wigan, and her name was Joanne, and she never had her hair out of place. She was just, she was just glam all the time. She wore Chanel makeup. She was perfectly made up, and it didn't matter. She'd go out on a hack on the horse and come back and she'd still look perfect. And I'd look like I'd been dragged through a hedge backwards by a drag queen. So Oh, Kiss, she's not been looking after herself at all. We have family anniversaries, loved ones. I think losing my dad and brother made it very hard. Took its toll. She's in a bit. Oh, God, love her, Sheila. Oh, well, you know what? As hard as it is, hospital's going to be the best place for her, isn't it? Because that's like with my aunt. She wasn't eating. And when I saw the state of her, she was stick thin. I mean, she's 5'6" and she shrunk. Obviously, as people get older, the height goes. She was 5'6" and she was weighing 6 stone. So, you know, I know how worrying it is. Oh, hi, Ella. Hello, love. I'm at work, but just to say Happy New Year to you all. Lots of love. I'm in the toilet quickly. Oh, well, lots of love to you, Ella, and lots of love to your daughter. I was watching one of your videos the other day with the twins on it. I didn't know that you posted videos. They're lovely. So I'm going to make more time to look through. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. Look through people's channels more. Sheila, probably now it's time to rethink and put her as priority between ourselves, maybe a care plan between us. Well, yeah, and I know when you said she's gone downhill fast, it's yeah, we were in the same place. We've got a care package for my aunt now as well. So she was getting carers coming in 4 times a day. She's now got them twice a day. She's just too independent. But yeah, that was a real worry, and that's been going on since April. But we're kind of there with it now. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you will get it under control, Sheila. It's just it's just a shock, isn't it? No, we're staying in Blue Rose. We've got film night starting about 8 o'clock. That's why I've just nipped on very quickly to see everybody. So we're staying in. We've got alcohol. We've got the champagne in the fridge chilling. We've got Baileys. We've got beers. We've got, well, not for me because as most of you know, I've got the orange allergy. But we've got blood orange gin in. So we're going to get little Porklet have some lemonade with a little tiny taste of blood orange gin. So how about you, Bluey? Are you going out or staying here? Oh, thanks, Voodoo. Yeah, hit the like button. No, don't. It's not a problem. I'm just quite happy for everybody to be here. Anyway, I've been going through some really good stories that I will hit you all with in the new year. I've just not felt like it. Oh, hi, Emerald Kimmy, and a happy new year for later to you. Because I won't be on that long. I'll probably be, well, I'll be off before maybe an hour, if that. Simple. Do you know what? We were talking about you the other day in a nice way, just saying I've not seen you online for ages. Oh, God love you. Well, Happy New Year for later on. Oh, staying in hubby's not well. Glass. I hope he gets better soon, Blue Rose, and it's nothing too serious. The thing is, do you know why I was thinking about you? Because I was watching season 5 of the flipping Last Kingdom. I only got like halfway through it and then I jumped away from it. So I've been watching that and I was trying to finish it off today. I've got 1 episode left. But they're doing a feature film, aren't they? And then I'm thinking, when I was watching it, I'm like, that's just down the road from Simples. So yeah, I've got some good things that we want to talk about later. Oh, and I've got a little task for all of you. You can do it if you want to or not, but I always think that it's nice, Christmas and New Year especially, for people to just get a random message off somebody they weren't expecting, just saying, Happy New Year, thinking of you, kiss, kiss, or love you, or whatever. So if you fancy playing my game, because I've done this a few years running on my own, and I thought, no, I'll let people join in. If you go into your contacts on your phone, and you can scroll it, if you swipe it really quickly, and you can give it as many swipes as you want, like pick a number first, say 2, and give it 2 good swipes, and whoever is at the top of your list in your phone contacts, just send them a quick text message and wish them Happy New Year for later, or if you're in Australia for already, or if it's someone you've not spoken to for a long time, a relative, what have you, just an I love you is always really appreciated. So I did it earlier. I sent it, I actually picked the message. I didn't do a random one, but I've one of my friends, and I haven't spoken to him in a long time. And I know that this time of year is really bad, you know, it's really, really hard for him, and he's on his own. So I thought, well, I'll just send him a little message and say, I Chuck, you know, Happy New Year for later on, and hope you're okay. And usually he's one of these people that you might get a reply in a week to a text message, and he was straight back. And I thought that's because he's been sat there holding his phone, looking at it, probably thinking nobody's going to contact me. So I actually feel quite glad that I did that now. So that's what made me think, you know what, I'm going to do the task for people. So anybody you think might be on their own, or just do the random swipe like I've done. I did the random swipe as well. And funnily enough, I got my friend Diane, who's up in Edinburgh. So I sent her a message. Hi, Denny. Yay. Happy New Year. Kiss Porky and Porklet, and to all in chat. How are you, Jack? You mad March hair. I'm gonna put that up. I'm all right, lovely. It's a very quick one. I hope you got my I sent you a text message earlier as well, didn't I? Just wanted to make sure I caught you because I didn't know if you were working or if you were going to be at home or pissed. Who can say? And it's my last night of freedom regarding the old food and what have you, because as of tomorrow, the whole new me starts. So I shall be hitting the diet. I was actually wondering, has anybody done the 800 fast? Or is it fasting 800 or whatever it's called? I just thought I'll throw that out there. But I start on, I think it's Thursday, with my personal trainer. So we'll see how that goes. It'll probably piss it down and I'll just not want to do anything because we're actually going to work out on the park. You did owe you reply a mail and antibiotic. Oh no, Denny, that's awful. You don't owe anybody a reply. You know, I send text messages just because I'm thinking about people. I don't expect replies, but no way I'm fasting anytime. You've got your veggies at the ready, Lady Witch, have you? Oh, thank you for being with me in spirit. The thing is, I'm going to have to eat that much shite that we've got in tonight. I'll probably put half a stone on over the next 5 hours. So I've just overdone it as usual. The turkey, I had to portion it. And £50. Wow. You're doing the weights, aren't you, Simples? Yeah, that's it, Denny. I did know what you meant, but you know me taking it literally. That's brilliant. That is Simples. Well, the thing is, Denny, I mean, you've lost a lot, haven't you? Because Denny started round about, was it about this time last year or just after New Year? Yeah, there you go. 3 stone, kettle of size. Yeah, 3 stone. That's 40. That's 40 odd pound, isn't it? Brilliant. Been off the gym for 8 days, but walked. I know these girls. I mean, I know that Simples has been really hard at it, and that's been about. Is that about a year? That you? I know you kind of started it more or less the same time, you two, didn't you? But yeah, Denny's just been at it and with working and everything. Yeah, you've both done brilliantly. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, Denny, Uncle, but yeah, because you've not been in, have you? You remember when Pauline was on Uncle P talking about her sister Pat? She died the other night. So it's a blessing, really. But yeah, she's down in Newbury at the moment with her family. So that's what I was saying to people. She definitely won't be joining us tonight. Because I'd already mentioned, I might get on. This was before Pat died. And I'd said, I might get on for an hour or something on New Year's Eve. Didn't know what we would be doing here. So, but yeah, she obviously won't be joining us. You've walked 9 kilometres today. What's that in old money? I can't work out kilometres. Your legs feel like they're on backwards. Guys, going to go now. More cooking to do. Wish you all safe and happy. Yes, Brian, and to you. We'll catch up in the new year, and we'll start doing some proper lives. Oh, 7 Matt, thanks, Brian. I'm terrible with with kilometers and what have you. That's a fair trek, that, Janet. 5 mile. Yeah. Well, loads of love to all your family, Brian, the kids, Shona. Enjoy your pies. And do you do first footing tomorrow? I should do it here, really, but I think the only neighbour that we really talk to, I don't think she's here anyway. Dates to organise drinks to sort for Easter. I'll let her know there, Denny. I'll actually put that up for Uncle P. Twitter's, oh my goodness. Simples is here. You know, this is first world problems, isn't it? Titters the cat did another vertical poo yesterday, but it was a small one. So it was another shitolith. Frida, hello. I didn't know if you'd get my text message or not, Frida, or if you'd get a notification. That's why I just bobbed you one. I wasn't begging for viewers. I just thought, I know that you don't get the notifications. So, yeah. And as I keep saying, it isn't a long one. I'm just going to pop on. I'll be off before 8 o'clock. So yeah, within the hour, I'll have done one because we're having films and what have you. But I wanted to catch everyone. And if anyone was alone, we could have a bit of a knitter natter. I'm just in awe of Titters doing another vertical poo. Yeah, I was just telling Denny then, Fried, Uncle P's sister died. You know, when she was telling us last time she was up on panel that Pat was really poorly. Well, she ended up going down there last week. I'd just been to visit her, to be honest. Just visited her. And as I got back here, she sent a text saying Pat was unconscious and she was on her way down to Newbury. So, yeah. So at least she managed to get to see her, which is a blessing. Going to rent a horror film. Black Phone. What the hell's that? Black Phone. I tell you what, Denny, you want to watch that bloody Conjuring 2 about the Enfield? Ooh. Titty's poo needs a tiny Santa hat. It's like Mr. Hanky, isn't it? Howdy ho. So, one of the things that we're doing later on, I'm not going to give away what he wants to do and be filmed doing it, but we are going to play sausage roulette, and it's not as dirty as it sounds. We've basically got tons of different flavour sausages. We're going to cook them all. I am going to cook them all. I don't know what the rules are going to be. Like if we get a question wrong or something, then we have to take a bite of a sausage. But basically, we're going to do that, and then I have to guess what the sausages are. It's something that that might be later. Simples. Ethan Hawke looks good. It's quite new. The Conjuring is tame. You want to watch out the clown? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want clowns. Nothing. Yeah, I know Brian's sausage rule. I know it's it doesn't sound as innocent as it actually is, but it's a game we can all play, and the little one can join in. So, yeah, we're going to be trying to. Well, have you never played the chili roulette? You know, where you get chocolate, and one of them is filled with like the worst chili ever. You wanted a hot, oh, Lady Witch, you want to try that shit the bed hot sauce? You had 132 people at the bowling club for Christmas dinner on Sunday. The chef died Tuesday. No. Oh, God, that's dreadful, Brian. Oh, what's Janet said here? Have you heard that Barack Obama's production company is making a film of Betty and Barney Hill? but the family haven't been involved in Art Happy. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Denny, it is ring sting, but that's why it's called Shit the Bed. It's an Australian chili sauce, and you can get it on. I think you can get it on Amazon. It's really difficult to get hold of because the minute they restock, it just sells out. Um, it does simples, it does suggest more people, but no, there's just the three. Well, I'm still waiting to hear. Do you remember when I covered? Oh my God, I've got a brain fart. This is my COVID brain. The guy, the policeman in Todmorden. Oh my God, can anybody help me with the name? I've just gone completely blank. What's that? Pasio? That's worse. Oh, what's that, Blue Rose? I've never heard of that. What was his name? Terry something, wasn't it? Oh God, this is so bad. I'm forgetting so many things at the moment. No, I can't either. So sausage roulette is not like spin the bottle. That's rather disappointing. No, it's not Lady Witch. It's not like car keys on the table either. It's literally just going to be what we're going to have to kind of guess. And no, not Terry. Oh God, this is horrendous. Well, if you remember, when I did that live about him and the alien abduction and the lost time incident that he had. And then in the comments, sorry, there's me, Terry. Alan Godfrey, thank you, Janet. God, what's wrong with me? Oh, it's the hot. Oh no, I've not tried that. I've seen it though. I didn't know that you said the hot chip. I might have a go with that. Yeah, well, Alan Godfrey, his cousin came into and wrote in the comments and said, he was thanking us for the way we'd covered it. Obviously, we were respectful, and I was all on Alan Godfrey's side, and he said that he's been approached by Hollywood, and they're making a film about his experience. So I don't know how far that's gone, because I did ask the guy, and I said, please give him our regards, and as and when that you get more information on this film, can you please come back and let us know? And he did say that he would. I haven't heard anything since, but I know that Julia, who comes in, her husband he used to work with Alan Godfrey. Packwick, yeah, that's. Do you know what, Blue Rose? I was thinking. I knew the name was similar, but I couldn't remember it. Yeah, now that's it, the Packwick. Because there's a devil's toe as well. Have you seen that? It's the devil's big toe, and it's like a sweetie on a lollipop, but it's a toe, and it's chili, and you've got to kind of suck this chili toe. I mean, the thought of sucking a toe anyway is a bit wrong. But yeah, have you done that one then, the chip, Blue Rose? I do hope they do it respectfully. A lot of the films made are so loosely based on facts. Well, it was like I'm going to do it again. Oh, the American guy. Just a bit wrong. Yes, Denny, a little bit wrong. The guy who was with the logging team. I'm so sorry, everybody. I would have been more prepared if I wasn't just talking shite. And I wouldn't mind. These are all stories that I've covered. I've just got complete brain fog. I'm trying to think of things on the go. Just forget about them. Yeah, the guy who and they made the Fire in the Sky film about, and Skull Crusher. Oh yeah, yeah. So he was Travis Walton. Thank you. Oh God, Janet, you've been my lifesaver tonight, love. Thank you so much, Travis Walton. And he was saying about the thing is, I could regale his story now 100%, but just not remember his name. How bad is that? It's like I'm getting senile dementia or something. Well, he was saying that for the most part, the film was, true to the story. However, the aliens that they portrayed in the film weren't like the aliens that he'd seen. And the reason that they did that was that when he described the drawings of the aliens that he had seen, there was another film that was out at the same time, big Hollywood blockbuster, that basically had more or less used the same identical drawings. No, you know, they weren't Travis Walton's. I mean, whether they'd got them from another abductee, I don't know. But the aliens in their film were more or less identical to Travis Walton's drawings. So when they made his film, they said, we're going to have to change the aliens because it's just going to look like we copied. So they kind of made the aliens look worse than they were. Still very scary. And but I've got a really good story about, there was a mass abduction in America. Loads of children went missing all at the same time on this particular night, and it was very, very traumatic. I mean, there's still, you know, these kids now are in the 60s, I think, and they're all still completely traumatized by it. That they were even recognizing people, each other, I should say, from being in the spacecraft, kids who had never met before, whose paths had never crossed because they lived in this particular area. You know, all these abductions had gone on that night. They still don't know why. You know, there are a lot of theories, but, you know, although they couldn't remember being on the ship, the craft at the time, when they kind of bumped into each other, you know, years later, they're like, oh my God, I was next to you on the spacecraft, and yeah, this is what had happened. I know Simples. There's a couple of really good programs about it, but yeah, it was a mass abduction. One girl disappeared from the back of the car. She was in a car with her parents, and I think it was one or two siblings. The car cut out. Radio went off. It went pitch black. When the mum and dad opened their eyes, they drove home and then realised that the eldest daughter wasn't in the back of the car. What had happened was it was as though they blinked. It wasn't. It was a lost time incident. She came to the other side of town. I think she was in the woods or something. Weird thing. Been listening to stories supposedly true of Glimmerman, similar to the Predator cloaking type things, some in Bridlington and Wales. Oh, now Glimmerman, well, they've not called it Glimmerman, but David Paulides told a story about something similar to this happening, and they got photographs of it. There was a lady who was up in a hide, you know, a deer hide. She was going to do some shooting, and she had a camera with her. And all of a sudden, she said she became aware of something. I think there was like static or something, and the hairs on the back of her neck were going up. And as she looked, because she's up in a tree hide, she sees this thing, and that was the only way she could describe it, was like the Predator. It was transparent, but not, you know, you knew it was a shape, but it was, yeah. And she managed to get photographs of it. And her husband was something like, I'm just going to guess off the top of my head because I can't remember the story properly, but these are things I want to start talking about. Her husband was something like an astrophysicist. He was well known and very well respected, and he started to try and do experiments to recreate what was on these photographs. You know, he was going through things. Could it have been a light beam? Could it have been a defective film? Could there be something on the lens? He went through everything, and there was nothing. And then when he managed to enhance these photographs, you could see it was actually something other. So yeah, it was very, very interesting. So I've got all of these interesting stories, because I'm not a massive aliens fan. However, I know a lot of people on here are. A lot of people who come into chat are. I know Green Eyes is fascinated with it. You know, she loves all the alien stuff, and Julia, her son, has had all of those encounters and the lost time incident as well, and family friend of Alan Godfrey. So I just thought I might just maybe have you know, one a week over the course of a month, maybe devote January to aliens, you know, all things UFO, because also don't forget, any of you who are interested, David Paulides' new film is out now, and it's the Missing 411, the UFO connection, and I think that is going to be really good. I've seen a couple of trailers for it, and I watched one of his posts. You know, when they did what's it called? They did a private viewing of it, and then he did a post viewing chat, and I watched that and I was like, wow, I'm really looking forward to this one. It doesn't seem, I didn't think he would have gone in that direction, but I'm glad that he did, because it's answering a lot of things. Because and obviously I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna get that and have a watch. And the other two films, for those of you who are interested and haven't seen them, Missing 411 and Missing 411 The Hunted, they're both free of charge. And I put them up in my community post. I put the links for both of those in there. So, you know, anybody bored, wants to have a little watch of something a bit fricky, feel free, go along and watch those on David. I'm expecting at some point he will probably put this one up for free as well. But, you know, I don't mind paying for it. He puts a lot of work in, a lot of effort. He's also doing the Bigfoot 101 classes, if any of you are interested in those, because David, they have actually got the DNA. If any of you remember me talking about this a couple of months ago, they managed to get a sample of the DNA. They had approached different laboratories and nobody wanted to go near it. They did say, yeah, we'll do DNA testing, until he mentioned Bigfoot. And then they didn't want to know. So they kind of sneakily got somebody to do this testing, and they came back with the results. And when they then told this scientist that, you know, what this was, that's right, Janet, they do. It's of a hominid origin, but it's not, you know, it's not human, but it's there's a link there. I think, you know, maybe maybe the Bigfoot is the missing link, you know, especially if you listen to the Sierra sounds. Have any of you listened to those recordings? I know Lady Witch has, and Raven, obviously. A few of you may have heard them after I'd asked you to give them a play, but the Sierra sounds, they managed to get a linguist, and this guy speaks something like 8 or 9 languages. He's a linguist for the US military, or was, and they provided these Sierra sound recordings to him. He listened to them, he had them for weeks or what have you, and he came back and he said, yeah, it's absolutely, this is a language. It's a language. It's and the way he was listening to, he said there are verbs, there are pronouns, there are nouns. He could 100% identify that as a language. What they were saying, he couldn't tell. You know, that would then take a lot more investigation. But, you know, and I think this is on the back of this why there are a couple of states now that have, because people are wanting to go and shoot Bigfoot just to prove it's alive, they have now got laws in place that to kill a Bigfoot would get you charged with murder, because I think they realise it's too human-like. Even prior to getting these DNA results, and even prior to being, you know, to confirming that it is a language that they're speaking, it's not just random chatter. You know, you hear that, what they call the samurai chatter. I'm not even going to try and imitate it, but it's the weirdest thing, but it is part of their language. So go Bigfoot. But yeah, David Paulides, they finally got this scientist who was in complete shock when they said this is Bigfoot. This is, you know, this sample came from a Bigfoot. And this scientist, it's a lady, she is fully supporting him now on the fact that this is a new mammal. This is something that nobody's ever seen before or documented before. And yeah, So, so yeah, all things like this. So I'm thinking of doing a month by month theme. And as I said, I'm possibly thinking that this first month, January, I'll focus on doing kind of aliens, alien abduction, lost time incidences, things like that, talking about, and because there's a lot of things that come under it, aren't there? You've got things like your Nephilim, which I think could be, and the Anunnaki and stuff like that. I think they should all come under that same umbrella of aliens and UFOs and what have you. It's not just all little green men and flying saucers. There's a lot of different things. Wow, that's amazing. Actually learning Spanish past your... Oh, well done. Well done, Blue Rose. Now, how come you wanted to learn Spanish? Do you go there on holiday, or was it just a desire to learn it? No problem, Kimmy. It's nice to see you. Like I said, I'll probably be only another half hour on here, and then I've got to go and start cooking stuff and getting things sorted out. But it's just nice to see you all. And for anybody who's alone, you're not. Yeah, I speak, spoke. I'm going to say I'm incredibly rusty, but I speak Italian. I lived in Italy for a while. Greek, not so much, because I did work in Greece for 6 months and I just knew the basics. I didn't need to, I was being very, very lazy because everybody spoke English and I was just a lazy bugger. So hope if there is a Bigfoot, no one ever captures it. Well, I mean, there are stories, Frida, of Bigfoot having been caught in the past. Like the 1800s, there was a young one that was caught. Lady Witch might remember this. Was he called something like Jimbo or Jambo or something? And they had him in a cage and they were parading him round from town to town to town. And he got out of the cage, and they think that his Bigfoot family rescued him, but he was, I can't remember, it was something like John Joe, Jojo, Jimbo, something like that. And there were a lot of stories about him, people saying this was like they were calling him this wild man, but because of the size of him, they reckon now, Bigfoot experts think that it's, it was possibly a youngster. Considering the size that they can get to up to 10 feet or so, this what they thought was an adult was actually not. Cassius, hi. I know, stop trying to shoot Bigfoot. We don't want Bigfoot shotted. Are you off? Have you off out the night, Cassius, or are you staying in as well? Seems most of us are staying in. Sid, hello. Oh gosh. Now, I'm not even going to try and say that because I would. Oh God, let me have it now. Hang on a minute. Is Y pronounced as you? Is it blood done Neward da Bob? I can never remember. There's a funny way with the Y's, isn't there? Because I think with how Wales is said in Welsh, and I thought it was Cymru or Cymru, that was it. And I was like, no, it's Cymru. Happy New Year to all. Oh, thank you. Now let's have a little look. Shocker, let's see. You're going to stay in? Oh, well, do you know what? I was wondering whether Nuff Nuff might go live, because look, do you remember last year's debacle where she was pissed as a rat trying to get live from a caravan out in the middle of deepest, darkest Lancashire? Oh dear, Porky's going to miss this. He's upstairs in his office. He doesn't even know that I'm live. Oh, Frida still. Oh, you still can't see Sid. Oh, this is a bummer, isn't it? I wonder why. Oh yeah, that'll be hilarious, wouldn't it? I mean, there was somebody else who was pissed as well, Cassie. Can you remember who it was? What was it? Was it Belinda? I'm sure. I think it might have been. Was it? I'm sure it was Belinda who was shit faced, kept coming on saying she wasn't drunk. Was that who it was? I know it was very funny. Anyway, it was so funny. Oh yeah, it might have been. Yeah, I can't remember Cassie's. It could have been Suzanne. It could have been. For some reason, I had it in my head. It was Belinda because I think when I did my live, because everybody was. Um, I'm sure she would. Yeah, you was shit faced. Well, I was quite tuned in. Denny was pissed. Uncle P was arsehole. Then I think the only sober one was bedtime because he came up on panel, didn't he? And we'd had Paula Parkinson. She'd come up. She was pissed. Nuff was pissed. It was terrible. It was like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting on my channel that night, wasn't it? But it was great fun. It really was. So, because I think I remember you last New Year, you were on your way out. Yeah, didn't he? That's right, Frida, because he was on his way out and I thought he was driving, wasn't he? And he wasn't. And then then we got messaged, didn't we? He was in the pub. I think you were in the toilets in the pub, Cassius. And you were trying to come online. Would have liked to have seen Cassius with his typos. Well, the thing is, Janet, when he's pissed, he actually doesn't do typos. It's like his dick fingers work properly. In the cassette. Yeah, they both were brilliant, weren't they, Paula and Nuff? Oh dear, mate. Yeah. Oh no, are you going first footing, Cassius, or do you not do that in Edinburgh? Oh, and yeah, Leah as well. I wonder if Leah will be doing that. I would probably say more likely Leah where she's living, because I know we've done it when we go up to my dad's, and we've also done it when we've gone up to stay with friends north of Aberdeen. And we've gone round like the little village at Davit there, and we've gone round to complete strangers' houses. Got to answer the bottle and a bit of coal. I love it, Cassius. Absolutely love it. Do you know though? Oh well, you missed the greeting though, isn't it? We had Lang May your Lumreek, and then now we other folks coal. Leah came in with that one. No, he wasn't even speaking human, Lady Witch. I love it. For anyone who doesn't know, when you go first footing in Scotland, it's everybody's welcome. And you go round and you knock on a door and you're invited in. Don't matter whether they know you're not, and you do an exchange. So you hand the homeowner, man, woman, or whatever, you bring drink or whatnot, or cakes or treats in your bag, and you give them a swap. And for that, you're invited in. And there are tables, and this is at my dad's, tables are groaning with food. Usually the old biddies who haven't got any, they've no family, and they've made the biggest spread you've ever seen. God, they had to roll me home one year and they're plying you with the best scotch, because then because you're a stranger, you're not having the shit. They want to impress you, so they get the the good stuff. Really good stuff comes out. That's very civilized. Here in Manchester, we would get thumped. Yeah, Blue Rose. Scotland's the best at New Year. The food's to sober you up. Unless it's the sherry trifle or the tiramisu that's got like half a bottle of sherry in it. But yeah, it's a lovely tradition. I love it. I love it. Oh, you used to get you to turn the pennies at midnight. Ah, right. Well, we used to have to get neighbours, and this was it's similar to first footing, but this was something that my nan had brought from Ireland. So a lot of the neighbours were Irish immigrants, of her age where they used to live. And they would literally all come into each other's homes. It was like, it was the weirdest thing. It was a bit like playing Pass the Parcel or musical chairs, because everyone was coming in through the front door and out through the back. And as they came in through the front, they would bring like an orange or a tangerine, a coin, and a piece of coal, and they'd put it on the kitchen table as they walked out the back. And it was to basically bring health, wealth, warmth, food, and wealth through the house from the front to the back for the coming year. So yeah, it was a nice little tradition, that was. But it was really funny because the doors were open and usually it was bloody freezing. So there was a flipping hoolie screaming down the lobby, and yeah. Well, yeah, and oh, that was the other thing as well, because I always remember my nana used to put sheets down because she had carpet through from the front door down the lobby all the way through to the kitchen and towards the back door. She had lino in the kitchen, but the hallway was all carpeted. So she'd put old sheets down because she was like, I'm not having muddy boots coming through on me Axminster. Oh, you wouldn't open your door in Birkenhead. Don't blame you. I was over Birkenhead one year, Blue Rose, for New Year's Eve. And as we came up from the traffic lights, well, you know where he used to go, where the YMCA is there. And there was a guy lying in the middle of I think I don't know whether he was drunk or whether he was off his taters on something. I considering it was a YM, he was probably off his head on alcohol, on drugs. But yeah, he was just lying in the middle of the road with his pants around his ankles, just his bare ass. Because I was like, we can't leave him there. He's like, oh, fuck it, police will be there. Anyway, next minute, the police car did rock up and they picked him up. So, Blue Rose, I'll open it, but they'd get ID'd. You're not so bad though these days, are you? Because you have those the Ring doorbells, and they can see who's at your door before you do. So a little safer. Anyway, who has got some New Year's Eve gossip before? I've got 15 minutes, so before I call a halt, who has got some New Year's gossip for me? Just wanting a little bit of something interesting. We've got it's our last night with the porklet tonight. She goes home tomorrow. So it'll be quite sad actually, because she's been here for well, she came on Boxing Day, so she's been here the week. So you kind of get used to to being around. So that'll be quite sad. But then she'll be back with us the weekend after, so that's okay. Remember something about looking over your shoulder with the door open to see your future husband? Oh, I've never heard that one, Frida. I've heard about putting the wedding cake, and you've got a slice of wedding cake under your pillow and you're supposed to dream about your future husband. I've heard that one, but not about the door. Thing is, it's probably something that she'd have said. My nan was so superstitious. She had all these little things that you had to do, and was always telling us about different things. It was her who got me terrified. And even to this day, I will not walk near a mirror with no light on in the room. If I go, say, in the bathroom, before I've turned the light on, I'll shut my eyes so I don't look in the mirror. Because she used to say, if you look in the mirror in the dark, you'll see old Nick appear over your shoulder. It used to scare the life out of me. And even now, it's stuck with me, that old bugger. What have you all got to eat tonight anyway? Because I know Brian's been cooking pies. I've got a hot pot in. Yes, Janet, do you know what? That's something else that I do. And you've reminded me, because I need to get a candle sorted. We always used to put it in the window, stick a candle in the window. Lock your mirrors and that will take care of that. All right, okay, Lady Witch. I didn't know that, but yeah, it's it's one of those stories that always frighten me. always frightened me. I didn't know about locking them, so yes, thank you. Thanks for that tip. It is a lovely thing, isn't it, Cassius? But it's like when my brothers were in the Gulf. Um, I had a candle lit every single night for both of them while they were over, when they were in, well, my eldest brother was Kuwait and Iraq and Afghanistan. My youngest brother was just Iraq and Afghanistan. But I had a candle for each of them all the time they were away. And if they came home an R&R, they got the candles were blown out. And then the minute they went back, I lit them again. So I just think it's nice, you know, it's letting people know that you're thinking about them as well. So, let me just check to see if I've missed anything, because I haven't been watching the chat. I'm not being very good, actually. Oh no, I think I've got everything. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'll be on next. I don't know. I suppose it depends when you know, if Porky's doing his live streaming upstairs, then I might come on live down here. I want to try and make more of an effort to be more consistent. I've just not felt like it. I've really not being well, and yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I've just really not felt. I've been really pissed off with YouTube and you know, all the shite that's been going on and people trying to drag us all into drama. So that's why I kind of took a step back, and now I'm back with vengeance. So I shall make sure that I start. Your mum just lived up the road. What, from the YM, Blue Rose? If that's it, then there's a massive delay on your. There's a bit of a time lag there, love. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to make more of a concerted effort. I'm trying to be more organised for the new year. So, and I've. Hi, Paula. Happy New Year for later. We were just talking about you. I'm not going to be on much longer, love, because I've got an evening planned. Yeah, we were talking about who came up on panel last New Year. Do you remember coming up and everyone was pissed? I think you'd had a few tipples. Denny was tuned in. I was pissed. Nuff was pissed. Cassius was pissed. It was great. So are you staying home tonight, Paula? Because you've not been so good, have you? So I hope you're feeling all right. I wasn't going to come on tonight, but I just had a couple of hours to kill. So I wanted to see you all because you're all lovely. Yeah, those who had a few. It is, Frida. It is good to move on, because I always said that, and I let myself get dragged into it, didn't I? And I shouldn't have let people who don't matter wind me up. You know, I don't like lies, and I don't like people telling lies about me as though they're the truth. And I should have just ignored it. And instead of doing that, I kicked off. So as of now, well, as of the other day, don't get mentioned anymore. If they want the drama, they can look for it elsewhere. Did you know that you are not supposed to buy your own knives for the kitchen? I didn't know that. Blue Rose, that's like your tarot cards, though, isn't it? It has Cassius, so I think New Year, new start. New Year, new start. But I need to carry on the tradition. I won't be far wasted. Well, I'm intending by midnight, I'm probably going to be on my knees, and not in a good way. We're playing sausage roulette. Porky is going to attempt a world record, which I'm not going to give details of. That's his to tell. And if he manages to do it, we're going to video it. Oh, fish out the new broom for the new year. Yeah, that's another tradition as well. Yeah, sweeping. All these different traditions for the new year. Same with me. Literally had to put a towel on my dressing. I know it. Isn't it funny how, something that you get told, a superstition, and it can really stick with you, can't it? Well, raise a cup of tea to you all. I don't do booze. Well, to be fair, Janet, neither do I. I am not a drinker, and if I do have a drink, it will be, if you remember when I went to York in February, I only had 2 drinks. I was pissed as a rat. That's when he was saying, you're not allowed to drink anymore. Cassius, I may be on my ass, I'm not sure, but thinking of the hangover, weighing it up. Well, yes, Lady Witch, that's a good point, well made. Oh, Sam, hi. Oh, it's great to see you, love. How are you doing? Oh, you've just caught us because I'm probably going to be another 10 minutes, maybe, if that, and I'm going to have to go. Oh, it's lovely to see you. I was just lining up everything that's going to be happening in January. So I'm doing themes. So January, I'm thinking, is going to be our anything connected with aliens, little green men, abductions, lost time episodes, and strange things under the water that look like they've come from outer space. When you said I thought you meant to fly about, did you, Frida? It's cheap transport, though, considering the fuel crisis. Oh, Blu-ray. Oh, that's lovely. We love you too. Absolutely love you too. Always makes me smile when I get a little message off you on my phone pings. Voodoo Queen, our only superstition is to eat cabbage, ham, and black-eyed peas tomorrow. My people black out on New Year's. Can't be bothered to do anything else. Oh, right, okay. I've never heard that before. Cabbage, ham, and black-eyed peas. That sounds like it. With it being cabbage, that sounds a bit Germanic, is it? The Germans eat a lot of cabbage, don't they? Cowabunga. Are you out or in, Sam, tonight? Most of us appear to be staying in, apart from that dirty dog, Cassius, who looks like he's going to go and do a runner, go down the pub and get spanked. Yeah, it's... You're in. Yeah, we're all cabbage for dollars, ham for luck, and peas for health. Oh, you've told me that before. I forgot about that. And you told me this last year. Happy New Year to you all. I will be away with the fairies by 12. Well, I'm hoping I'm still awake because we should be listening to the fireworks. Oh, Janet, I'm just thinking on now. You know that pillow I got? The anti-snoring pillow? It didn't work. Gutted. And I've got one of those nasal dilator things. I've lost it. I don't know what happened to it. I think I went flinging it off somewhere. Yeah, no, Sam, I'm the same. I was going to say I'll no doubt wake up at midnight if they start going off because Coops will be having a spack attack. Yeah, so the pillow, I don't know whether I'm using it wrong or whether it's a knackered one and I've been sold a dud because I can't really feel the thing inside it. You know, the shaper thing. I can feel it a little bit, but not much. So I went down and I went to Boots and I got these strips that you put on the roof of your mouth, and I got this spray that you spray down your throat. So I first of all, because the chemist said try one night, then try the other the next night, and then try them together. So the first night I tried the spray. That appeared to work because Porky came to bed and he said he couldn't hear me. Last night I tried the strips and he didn't come to bed at all. So no, he said I've snored, Janet. He said I've been snoring since I met him, but prior to meeting him, in between my ex and him, I had that nasal thing. So I don't know whether it was that, I have the nosebleeds, they had to cauterize up my nose. So I don't know whether that's relating to it. I really don't. But it's, and then he recorded me last night because he came in and he said, you must have been knackered. It was really early. It was only about 20 to 8. And he showed me on the video, and I'm on my side, and my eyes are closed. I look really peaceful, and the snoring, oh my God, it was awful. So I must admit, because I'm getting stressed out as well, I'm, it it's not something I want to be doing, and it's causing, it must be causing him a lot of stress. It's causing me a lot of stress as well. So anyway, so today I've ordered this mouthpiece thing for 89 quid. So this better fucking work. But at least they have said that you've got 31 days to request a refund if it doesn't work for you. Apparently it works for 91% of people. So I'm going to... Did you, Cassius? Yeah, well, that's what it is. And I'm not having a good sleep. And the thing is, because I know that I've been snoring and it's disturbing him, I'm waking myself up all the time. So I'm knackered. I'm absolutely shattered. But the other night with that throat spray, I did sleep well. So I'm hoping that that one works. So I'm going to try that again tonight. And then hopefully we'll see when this mouthpiece comes. Because it's, I mean, it's awful. When I saw that video he'd made, I was in shock. And then I started crying because I'm mad. So, yeah. But, I can understand now, because I know that my friend, prior to me starting with this snoring thing, I know that my friend, her husband snores, and she was just like, I can't cope anymore. So I know how much stress it puts on people. So it's putting stress on him, and it's putting a lot of stress on me as well. So, because I don't want, a relationship to post a spray, please. When clown hits me to wake up, I want to knock him down. Oh, do you do it as well? Because he nudges me all the time. But you see, I can understand now how this is a real, it kills a relationship. It can cause relationships to end just because of one partner not getting the sleep that they need, and this noise, and it's awful. So, and I don't want that. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, but that's another story for another time. So I'm going to hope that this sorts out. But I'm thinking it's to do with that cauterizing up my nose, because as I said before, my ex, he wouldn't have put up with me snoring. No way. No way. And he would have told me, because he wouldn't have, like, Porky's been really kind about it. If I've been upset, or I'm like, I'm really sorry. And he's like, you can't help it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I went downstairs, or I went in the other room and slept, or what have you. So, whereas I know that my ex wouldn't have done that. He'd have been, I fucking had enough about it. So that's why I said to him, I know that I wasn't snoring prior to this. So we shall see anyway, and I'll keep you all posted. So, right, on that note, I'm thinking that I better go and start getting this food ready. So, I love all of you. I know that sounds really twee, but I do. I think you're all fantastic. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful new year, whatever you're doing, whoever you're with. Just thank you for all being so fantastic over the past 12 months, because it's like a year now since I started doing my lives, and you've always all been here. You've made them brilliant. I mean, I don't think we'll ever outdo the night of the as Cassius will probably start laughing now, but we'll never outdo the night of the beef curtain chat. That's just one that will go down in history as the funniest night ever. And I'm thinking that we might have to do that again. So, Kiss, have a great new year. Wishing you all the best for next year. Oh, you too, Cassie's love. Frida, my daughter has to go down to a vintage room to sleep when her husband starts snoring. Apparently, my son-in-law is getting something done. Oh, gosh. Done to his nose. Oh, thanks, Frida. I'm debating cutting my nose off. Leah, bye everyone. See you next year and have a happy and healthy 2023. You too, Leah, love. It's lovely to see you as always. I am right, Simples. I'm always right. You are wonderful. All of you, every last one of you. Voodoo and bedtime. You take care. Lovely to see you all. Emerald, Kimmy, Janet. Who've I forgotten? Cassie, it won't ever be forgotten that. I think it needs to be dredged out of the annals sometime and just reposted for all the people who are new, who missed it. Even if it's just to make Green Eyes laugh again. Bye, Kiss, everyone. Happy New Year. Oh, Frida, love. Well, I'll speak to you soon anyway. Lady Witch, blessings for love, prosperity, and joy for the new year, everyone. And if I don't know if Dar's around, but if he's listening somewhere, much love to Dar. I know he's just had his loss, and Uncle P, even though you might be listening, if you are, love, loads of love to you. And yeah, I will see you all. I'm doing this. See you all next year. So maybe I'll not do the bright side. I'll go see you all in the new year. Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.